Welcome to another video. Today we have prepared a short summary of Olympus Dao. They are trying to become the decentralized reserve currency and revolutionize the DeFi space. How the protocol works is actually quite complex. It took me a while to wrap my head around it, but I will keep it as simple as possible. At the end of the video, I will show you a chart that blew my mind. This is what changed my opinion about Olympus. So make sure to watch all the way through. When I started my research, some of these numbers really got me curious. The treasury idea seemed new to me, and of course the APY looks very lucrative too. Before we get deeper into Olympus Dao, I quickly want to point out how traditional DeFi works. There are some problems to it that Olympus tries to solve. Let's take a very easy example where you provide liquidity for Ethereum. It's actually a trading pair, but let's keep it simple. You are giving your tokens to a protocol like Uniswap, providing them with liquidity. Therefore you earn a fee and sometimes some extra rewards in form of other tokens. If you have been watching our channel, you know that we love ways to make passive income. And I remember the first time I used the protocol. It felt great to earn these rewards. But there is a thing you will be struggling with. I like to call it shiny object syndrome. That is when another protocol promises you higher rewards. Then you move your funds to get better returns. That's a big problem for some protocols because they lose their liquidity. And this raised the question: how do we keep good liquidity? Now the new idea of a protocol-owned liquidity comes into play. That's what Olympus is doing right now. A term you will often hear is that a protocol can own its own liquidity. Let's get back to the example. Our staking pool is represented by the brown cylinder. Instead of having users provide liquidity, the protocol buys the liquidity back from its users. Later in the video, I will show you the upside to it. Since we like to label things, this model is called DeFi 2.0. Let's get back to Olympus and how it works. We already saw that Olympus Dao is a reserved currency protocol. It is based on the OM token and aims to become a crypto-native stable currency. They try to achieve this the same way central banks do, by using reserve assets. But Olympus manages OM by using crypto-reserved assets. For example, DAI. The big difference to a central bank is how decisions are being made. Instead of having a few people who decide about changes, all changes on Olympus are voted by the community of OM holders. Let's have a look at how the treasury works. All outstanding OM tokens are backed by the treasury. At the moment they have around $800 million in it. That's pretty amazing. I find this very interesting because I don't know many cryptos who even have a treasury to back their own token. And they are also trying to secure partnerships and add more assets. The goal is to stabilize OM's value. When OM trades at a value above its backed assets, the protocol mints and sells new OM tokens. Therefore the supply increases. When it trades below, the protocol buys back and burns OM. This way the value of OM tokens stays relatively stable, and at the same time never falls below the value of the backed assets. If you want to get more data on Olympus, you can go to their website. How much money has been deposited, or how much money is in the treasury. All this information you find on the dashboard. But probably more important to you is how Olympus makes money. The first way of generating income is by selling bonds. And since they own their own liquidity, they get to keep all the trading fees. Secondly, they offer their product as a service to other projects. This is called Olympus Pro and was recently released. Let's have a quick look. By selling their service to other projects, Olympus earns a commission. This model is beneficial for the community too. It's a win-win situation, and I like those. The community gets a better price on the tokens and is not exposed to high risk, while the protocol secures long-term liquidity and generates revenue from trading fees. But the thing that blew my mind was a calculation that I am going to show you now. This really changed my mind because if you stake it long-term, the risk becomes very small. Let's say we bought 10 OM tokens at a price of $100. That means we have $1,000 invested. The APY on Olympus is around 1,200% for 1 year. Right now it is 7,000%, but if you check the emission schedule you will see that it's going to drop next year. But that's a good sign because it makes it more sustainable. However, if we stake 10 OM for 1 year with this rate, we are getting 128 tokens. This is because our investment is auto-compounding every day. And that makes a huge difference. In 1 year a lot can happen in the crypto space. But let us do the math together. We know we will get 128 Ohm after 1 year. Let's say the price drops and goes to $10. We would still make a profit. And that with a 90% price drop. I thought that is absolutely amazing. But don't get too excited just yet. We have to wait and see if this idea of DeFi 2.0 carries through. It looks wonderful on paper, but it's kind of new. I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. Are you going to invest? Thanks a lot for staying until the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell. We'll see you in the next one.